Narcissism is a behavioral condition that hides underneath the outer layer of probably the most beguiling and charming people. At its center, an egotist is a narcissistic and disastrous individual that can unleash destruction on the existences of people around them through control and double-dealing. Egomaniacs are driven by an unquenchable requirement for reverence and consideration, and they will remain determined to get it. Yet, there are sure things that will make an egomaniac unhinged, things that will uncover their dim and perilous side. Furthermore, Sigma guys know precisely exact thing these things are. They figure out the internal operations of the self-involved psyche, and they know how to utilize that information for their potential benefit. In the present video, we will dig into the dim and wound universe of egomaniacs and investigate 10 procedures that Sigma guys use to annihilate them. Number 1. Keeping consideration from them. Sigma guys comprehend that quite possibly of the most impressive weapon in their stockpile against egotists is the capacity to keep consideration. Egotists hunger for consideration like a medication, and they will successfully get it. Be that as it may, when Sigma guys will not offer them the consideration they cleanser frantically long for, it makes the egomaniac distraught with outrage and disappointment. Sigmas realize that egotists should be the focal point of consideration consistently, and they utilize this information for their potential benefit. By overlooking an egotist, Sigma men can push them to the brink of collapse, making them erupt in a frantic endeavor to make everything about them once more. Number 2. Giving analysis. Sigma guys won't hesitate to express their genuine thoughts, in any event, with regards to censuring an egotist. They comprehend that egotists have unbelievably delicate inner selves and may respond adversely to any apparent analysis or negative criticism. If standing, Sigma men likewise realize that analysis can be an amazing asset when utilized accurately. By giving productive analysis in a solidified at this point deferential way, Sigmas can assist an egotist with seeing the mistake of their methodologies and work on their way of behaving. Obviously, this is far from simple or easy, as egotists are famously hard to work with and frequently view any analysis as an individual assault. Number 3. Rethinking them. Sigma guys comprehend that one of the best ways of testing an egomaniac's self-image is by rethinking their choices and judgment. Egotists accept they are in every case right and that their perspectives are the ones in particular that matter. In any case, when Sigma guys start to scrutinize their rationale, it rattles the egotist and gets inside their head. They become upset and fomented, feeling compromised by any test to their apparent predominance. In any case, Sigma guys realize that subsequent speculating can be an amazing asset. While managing an egomaniac, it uncovered their imperfections and shortcomings, making them powerless. Number 4. Sigmas will consider an egotist responsible. Sigma guys won't hesitate to consider an egotist responsible for their activities, slip-ups, or bad behaviors. Egotists frequently oppose getting a sense of ownership with their activities and may blow up whenever tested. Nonetheless, Sigma guys know that considering an egotist responsible is one of the best ways of going after their swelled inner self. By uncovering their blemishes and shortcomings, Sigma guys can subvert the egomaniac's feeling of prevalence and separate their misleading persona. Egomaniacs pine for deference and acclaim, however when they are considered responsible for their errors, their inner self is flattened and they become helpless. Number 5. Sigmas will dominate the egomaniac. This is a Sigma extraordinary. At the point when another person, for example, a Sigma gets acknowledgement or recognition, it subverts the egomaniac painstakingly developed veneer, and uncovered their actual person. This can be an embarrassing and destroying experience for an egomaniac as they're compelled to defy their own deficiencies and constraints. They will frequently answer with fury, desire, or disdain towards the Sigma who has eclipsed them and will attempt to ruin or reduce their achievements to recover their place of predominance. For an egotist, being surpassed or eclipsed by another person is an immediate attack on their delicate self-image and can bring about a horrendous and resentful reaction. A Sigma's elevated degree of knowledge and skill makes it exceptionally simple to dominate the typical egotist. Number 6, Sigmas can't be controlled by an egotist. Egomaniacs flourish with control and control, however they become incredibly disappointed when they experience a Sigma male who can't be controlled or controlled. Sigma men are profoundly clever and adjust at social brain science, which permits them to see through the manipulative strategies of egotists and remain one stride in front of them. They are free scholars who won't adjust to the assumptions for other people, which makes it challenging for egomaniacs to acquire attraction in their lives. Sigmas are sure about their own capacities and don't look for approval or endorsement from others, which is an immediate danger to the egomaniac need for consideration and esteem. At the point when an egomaniac understands that they have zero control over or control a Sigma male, they will turn out to be progressively disappointed and frantic in their endeavors to recover control and frequently wind up making a considerably greater idiot out of themselves thus. Number 7, Sigmas will express no to an egotist. Egotists have an entitled attitude where they accept that they are qualified for have their requirements met no matter what the effect on others. This qualification is profoundly imbued in their character, and when they are told no, it tends to be a bumping and maddening experience. Egotists detest being told no in light of the fact that it challenges their feeling of prevalence and control. They accept that they are above rules and assumptions and ought to have the option to do anything they desire at whatever point they need. At the point when a Sigma male expresses no to an egotist, it breaks their painstakingly built reality and closes them down. Number 8, Sigmas remain mentally collected when an egotist attempts to disturb them. At the point when an egomaniac attempts to disturb you, they will probably acquire control and control over you. They're searching for a response that they can control and use for their potential benefit. Nonetheless, by remaining cool-headed and formed, you are really disappointing the egotist and subverting their power. A quiet reaction doesn't give the egomaniac the response they're searching for, and that implies they're not able to control what is happening in support of themselves. All things being equal, it can make them feel weak and vulnerable and make them twisting wild. Sigma guys utilize this strategy as simply one more method for switching control an egomaniac. Number 9, Sigmas will show an egomaniac that they're cheerful without them. Whether you used to date an egotist or perhaps had a companion who turned out to be one Sigma, guys will remove egomaniacs of their lives easily. Furthermore, one procedure a Sigma male purposes to totally get under an egomaniac's skin is to show the way in which blissful they are without them. Egomaniacs have a desire to feel required and acclaimed by others. So when you cut them out of your life and show how cheerful you are without them and that you can flourish without them, it efficiently obliterates their feeling of significance. An egomaniac is known to gaslight others and cause them to feel that they are useless without them. So when you take advantage of them and demonstrate to them that you don't require them, you are the person who comes out successful. Number 10, Ghosting. One approach to eventually close down and obliterate an egotist is to shut them out from your life totally. Sigma guys won't play their games. They will turn their back, leave, not tune in without thinking back. They will overlook any calls or messages, block them all over the place and remain firm with their ghosting. This occasionally may be a Sigma male's most ideal choice while managing an egomaniac in light of the fact that the truth is that egotists needn't bother with to be obliterated. They as of now are annihilated in any case. Egomaniacs are amassing with considerations of inadequacy, instability, and self-question. This is the motivation behind why they apparently attempt to redress and persuade themselves and every other person that they are the best. It's a survival technique for them to adapt to the way that they are broken people. In the event that you concur with the focuses I made in this video, let me in the remarks. For additional recordings on Sigma guys, look at a few different recordings on this channel. Gratitude for watching. For those hoping to accomplish significance, like the video and buy in for additional recordings, it genuinely assists with supporting the channel.